Good evening. What is the crack? We're down to, there we go. A decent tune. It's not a bad one, to be fair. Not a bad old start. What is the crack, Shane Stanley? Gibbs was the crack. So I had a last minute kind of a change of title of the stream and stuff. If it's okay with you guys. I'm not going to be driving tonight. This is going to be a little kind of a short chatting stream, if that's okay with you guys. I've got a couple of bits that I just want to talk about. Nothing serious. Just shooting the breeze. A packing video, yeah. I also have my elbow's been at me, so maybe just a little break from driving is good. Even though I know I'm going to a Sim Expo, there'll probably be some driving there. But yeah, and I've got a nice cup of tea here in the PN mug. Come on, focus. Focus. Why can't I focus on the PN? Focus on my hand? Is it not focusing at all? Oh, it's on spot focus. Down with that sort of thing. There we go. Now it's on better focus. Alright. Now it should be, yeah, now it can focus, no problem. Berries are lions. This is lion's tea. But I don't mind berries. I have berries at work. There we go. Focus is a lot better now. Beautiful. Alright. So, this is the crack, guys. I'm not going to be driving on the stream tonight. I am going to be, I guess, looking forward to the weekend a little bit. If that dirt. If that makes sense. Some of you are newer to the channel. When I go to an expo, I do a live stream. There will be a live stream on Saturday. That live stream is going to be at around 1 o'clock Chicago time. So Irish UK time, that's about 7 p.m. for Ireland and UK. So we can kind of capture a lot of time zones with that. But yeah, it'll be 1 p.m. the local time there. I'll be giving you a tour of the expo as if you're there. I know it's not realistic for people to all go to the expo. So what I want you to tell me is what products are you interested in? What type of products? What type of things are you interested in? Non-sim racing things? Let me know. And I'll try and focus on it. This is a good opportunity if you're going to be around on Saturday anyway, and you're going to be able to watch the stream. It's a good kind of an idea to, I don't know, just to prepare. There will be Potato Nation people there. Some of them may or may not want to be on camera, so if they're not shown on the stream, then yeah, we won't hold that against them. I am obviously I'm packing and stuff, but I have a question. I guess there are a load of people from that side of the water, or people who have gone there. Like electronics, like phones and graphics cards and everything are so much cheaper over there. Like on the Monday, I might get a chance to go to a micro center or something. What do you guys recommend? What do you think I should? Like, I don't necessarily need anything, but if you went to the States, what would you buy right now? Because it's like we get fleeced over here with prices and stuff. So and kind of like shout out things that I need to pack. Is the chat gone down, or is everybody just left? Is nobody interested? That's fine by me. I'm gonna go watch TV with my wife in a while anyway. That's okay with me. I only see Gibbs and Shane Stanley. It's a lot less people than usual. I'm not sure what the story is. You're still here. Nice one. Yeah, I don't know. It's a quiet one. A gun. No thanks. I'm okay for guns, thanks. Deja vu, what's the crack? Yeah, so if you guys have any suggestions what to buy, the guys in the Discord posted a RTX 5090 graphics card. Like $2,000. Like you won't get one for less than 3 here, and that's yeah, plenty of graphics cards. See, but then like if I bought multiple ones and they were still in the box, then they'll probably charge me customs and stuff. So if I was buying one, I would definitely just like rough up the box or something. Or you know, put it in a different box or something. Supra bits. It's not a bad shout. I wonder what Supra bits there would be though. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What are you drinking, guys? RTX 5090, yeah. See, the thing is, Simia, I don't really need it. Is there any tech you need? So, I have an iPhone 14 Pro. I'm quite happy with it. I wouldn't mind upgrading that. But the new iPhone is being announced like next week, probably. How big is the suitcase? It's big enough to bring some stuff back. I think that maybe some of the, like what often happens at expos is exhibitors will give me stuff to take home to review. So I don't know. Saying you don't need it, but have you tried AC Evo? Yes, I have. I've done AC Evo. I haven't done it in triple screen though, because when I tried it last in triple screen, it was yeah, it was a bit hopeless. Are the bans on US phones the same as UK Ireland ones? I believe so. I don't know. Do phones still have bans? If you count the tax, feel the difference in price. Really? I don't know. Sales tax is like less than 10%. Whereas ours is like, we're paying 23%, I believe, on an iPhone. So from my limited research. So, Tomster, you're also not in Ireland. Ireland has like stuff in Europe, continental Europe is generally cheaper. But by the time it gets to us, yeah, we've got big VAT. Yeah. 21%. Yeah, no, 21%, 23%. There's not much difference. It depends on the phones as well, I guess. You know, if you're like, if I buy an iPhone 16 Pro here, it's what, €1,250 or something. If I buy it in the States, I don't know. 23% versus 10.25 in Chicago. Yeah. And don't forget that the dollar is what's a dollar at the moment in euros? Dollar to euro. These are all things that I should really know. Things I'm going to the States. Dollar to euro. So $1 is 86 cents. So euro to dollar. Yeah, €1 60 or $1.16. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. It might be like there are things that I'm going to buy anyway, right? So I'm okay for a watch, and I know this is the most first world conversation we could have, and it's a bit vulgar maybe, but I do use my phone for content and shows and stuff. I will definitely be upgrading it at some stage. So if I do come across a deal that's tempting, I'll probably go for the newer iPhone. Switch 2? Yeah. I don't know. Bring me back a rock. There he is with his rock. I'll get Mav to sign a rock for you. Yeah, I don't know. What would you buy? Switch 2 isn't a bad shout, you know. I don't necessarily want to buy something that I can just sell here. I don't want to buy stuff that I will use. I don't need any cameras. I don't think, anyway. I think it's worth going to Micro Center if I get a chance. My flight's not till the afternoon on the Monday, so if I get out early and get to a Micro Center, maybe that's a good shout. But that said, there's also someone was telling me about Chicago. There's like an architecture tour on a boat, and that's supposed to be really good. So maybe I should just do that. I don't know. I only have time on the Monday, really. The rest of the time I'm going to be at the expo. Is there stuff, guys, that you guys want to see on the live stream at the expo? There are some new products being unveiled. They'll obviously be on the stream. But are there things in particular that you want to see? This music is a bit too chilled for me. Do you know what I need to do is I need to bring up that the viewer count again. I haven't had that up there in a long time. I still have it here actually as a source. Browser source. YouTube subs live. Oh, that's the YouTube subs. Don't want that. Oh, I didn't have it on this computer. Moser going this time. No, Moser won't be there at the thing. They might be in Dortmund. I honestly don't know. I think Simagic are going to have a stand in Dortmund. Can you bring me back an American? I've always wanted a really small one. Did they ever have... Yes, they do, Shane. In Dortmund, they were showing a lot of wheelchair accessible rigs. They were showing hand controls. So the likes of 3D Wrap were doing hand controls. Who was the other company last time in Dortmund, guys, who was doing they had that rig that you could take the basically the whole seat part, you could roll that away and then roll in with a wheelchair, and it was pretty good, and the wheelchair clicked in. That was super cool. Let me find this widget here. Tune. Viewer count, that's the name of it. Oops. Copy. I want to add that here as a browser source. Sorry, I'm not even paying any attention to you. Viewer count. Okay. There we go. We have a small few people watching. I need to get rid of the Facebook one because I'm not actually live on Facebook. So let's do that. Save settings. Should save. Bring me back a tumble dryer. Oh, no, that's... thank you for racing going full hand controls. Yeah, that's a good shout. So the 3D Wrap ones, I actually have the 3D Wrap hand control, like the thumb, throttle, and brake. I found it very awkward. So I don't know if that's something that you want to try out or whatever. I have it here. I'm not using it. It's it was very awkward. You really had to pull your thumb way back, and it was difficult to get it. But you might be able to adapt it. Will there be a new 3-pedal set being unveiled at this expo? I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. How come that's still showing Facebook? That's interesting. There we go, reloaded. Yeah, it's interesting. I really like accessibility. I think is super important in anything, not just sim racing, right? That's why I don't even I don't complain when people use controllers or whatever. I think that being on some bit of a par with visibility does make sense. So like forcing cockpit view or limited views, I think that does make a big difference. But the way you control, I often put the Sim Racer's arms, what's the crack? I often put the argument out there: if cars didn't exist, and if cars and racing, like racing cars, were only like a figment of our virtual imagination, we could only do it in computer games, we probably wouldn't be using a steering wheel and pedals. We'd probably be using a far more, relaxed way of doing it. Because steering wheel and pedals, they were only really invented out of necessity, right? Because you need a real linkage to the real thing. But if you were in the virtual world, what could a game controller might suffice. Sounds like it might work. Your legs are on and off, can't race with them. Yeah, send me a message, Shane. We'll see how we can try and get that to you. Or if you know anybody who's in the Ballincollig area at any stage, give a shout, because it's a simple USB, plugs in like a USB controller. Toby's Eye Tracker 5 can be good for eye control of UI elements. Interesting. That's a good shout, Renovate Show. Yeah, there's no linkage in modern cars. We're going towards autonomous cars, right? So most cars, there's no linkage for pedals or even for steering. So yeah, it's we just drive that way because that's how you're taught to drive, right? Yeah, unfortunately, for sure. Like, in an ideal world, you'd still be able to drive yourself while autonomous vehicles are still driving around as well. That would be great. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if in 20 years' time there'd be very limited areas where I can drive with my cars, for example. So has anybody been to Chicago, guys? What's their, like, I'm gonna have a packed weekend anyway, but if I was to find some time, what should I do? That would be an issue in your lifetime, yeah. Yeah, what would you buy? Like, while I am tempted by a 5090, I really just don't need it. I don't need it at all. Yeah. I don't know. I don't need a new PC build. One of the guys said storage. Check the weather. Is the weather not good? Weather forecast Chicago. Let's go into this view. So it's not bad. That's pretty good. Sunny and cloudy. Very Irish weather. It's fine. That'll do. It's turning. Nah, nothing I can't handle. Oh yeah, it's getting colder. That's fine. I can handle a little bit of cold. Ammo, it's Chicago. Well, we're with the part of Chicago that I'll be in is very, very safe. So that's all good. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it. As you can see, I'm drinking tea. God, my face is very overexposed with that. There we go. That's a lot better. Yeah, no, it's like turning. Yeah, I heard that it just dropped a lot. Standard UK Ireland. Yeah. The word's safe in Chicago. Find a micro center and never leave. I'd be tempted. Like, I'm in a very, very fortunate position where, like, I have an RTX 4080. I have a good graphics card. So, do you know what I might do? I might see if there's, like, a cheap graphics card to upgrade my dad's computer. That might make sense. I don't know. Should you get the Moza R9 or the Simagic? Simagic, for sure. The Simagic Asian Chef. That's just my opinion. The Moza R9 is great as well. It's super good. But the Evo is a better base, in my opinion. You bought tickets to go to Dortmund? Yes. Yeah. Sennenberg, get into our Discord, because we're going as a community. So if you like this place and the Discord, !Discord in the chat, guys. But there's a channel dedicated to the Dortmund Expo in there. There's one for Chicago. There's one for the one in the Netherlands in January as well. Don't be a stranger. Like, it doesn't even matter if you've watched any of my videos ever. Be part of the community. Just come in, show up, have fun. Yeah, and just be one of us. I think that's a good tip. Cubs game. My nights are pretty filled. I've got a big event on the Friday night, going out with the Potato Nation on the Saturday night, and then Sunday night I think some people are going home. There will still be people around as well. We might go to a nice restaurant or something. I don't know. Ask the lads on which is the best micro center in Chicago. Yeah, I've seen some of that. All right, like, I'm in such a weird position as well, Renovation, that I have all the sim gear, which is, you know, it's such a weird thing. But I don't need to buy sim gear because of just the position that I found myself in. But yeah, like, I could definitely, if I have friends that need stuff or whatever, and if I have space on the way back, I'll definitely be telling some people, hey, do you want this? Hey, do you want that? Carp racing. What's the carp? Not bad, not bad. We're just doing it. I don't often do, like, chatting streams like this. So just talking about the Chicago Expo, I leave on Thursday. So I'm flying to Heathrow first, and then London Heathrow to Chicago O'Hare. So it's going to be a long enough flight, but it's manageable. It's entirely manageable. It's not going to be anything too strenuous. Yeah, I'd love to do a race. I do have to pack, guys, because, like, this time tomorrow night I need to be packed, and I just have a lot of stuff to do. So and my elbow is I have, like, a cartilage issue in my elbow, so that's not fantastic. If you find a Simagic Evo in a box, sneak it away. Yeah, shame, Carp. How far away are you, Carp? How far away from Chicago are you? Book a massage. I already had physio. I had 3 physio sessions. Physio has gone as far as it can. I have actual cartilage issues. So I'm referred for an MRI now. I'm just awaiting a date. I've already had an x-ray on my elbow. So, but I don't like complaining. This is the first time I mentioned it on the stream, I think. 16 hours away. Okay. That's by car, I'm presuming. But yeah, that's a long way away. Yeah, and are domestic flights very expensive in the States? I know that flights here are relatively affordable. Somewhat. Ash, what's the crack? I'm just preparing for Chicago. Just getting my ducks in a row, as it were. Trying to figure out what to bring. Like, I don't want to bring stuff that makes it look like I'm working, if that makes sense, because I'm definitely not earning money while I'm over there. I'm not bringing any of the books. I'm not I'm not doing any of that. I will bring some business cards, but not much. Not bringing flyers. Yeah. Not really bringing much. Who else is going to be there? Who in the chat is going to be at the expo? You guys might notice that Flea is missing. Flea is already, I think he's already underway. I think he's on the way to the expo now. So a good few people, some of the like 204 Forza guys that are active in Potato Nation as well. They're going as well. Holy crap. It's Grizz.
It's Chris 18 is celebrating 40 months as a supporter. Let's go. I am at a concert but came in to say enjoy the shit out of it.
Legend. Thanks so much, Chris. We must catch up soon, dude. Yeah, Carp. Is there any way you can swing it? Last minute flights. You have to flirt with the last minute. Go on to Skyscanner and just flirt with the last minute flights. See if there's some bargain to be had. And then if you need a pass for the weekend, hit me up. I'll help you out with a pass. Flea has already been arrested. You've work. That sucks. That sucks. Yeah, that's a pity. But look, so when I'm at the expo, guys, and I know some of you, like most of you, have never been to an expo, so maybe you don't know what to expect. At 1 o'clock Central Time, US time, so that's 7 o'clock UK and Irish time, I am going to do a live stream. It's going to be a live tour of the whole event, and take a picture with Flea. I will, but I don't know if Flea wants his face out there, so it's going to live on my phone. So bring extra suitcases for Chicago deep dish pizzas. Yeah, don't let the Chicago people hear you say that though. Chicago people have they don't like the deep dish pizzas. I whitened my teeth as well, guys. What do you think? Aren't they beautiful? Tell him to hide his face behind facial hair. Yeah. On your Alpha Evo Pro, there's a magnetic strip. Yes. Have they mentioned anything since? No, Senan. So Chicago, Dortmund last year, Simagic did a little bit of knee-jerk to show off some stuff that then got deprioritized because the Evo bases were the main priority. They got the Evo bases out, and I honestly don't know what the next priority is right now. I don't know. So I wish I could answer your question better. And what did they know? What did the Chicago folks know? They won't know I'm from Europe. You can see one of my teeth is actually discolored because that tooth is like completely dead. Once I was coming off a bus and someone just swung their arm back at me and they punched me right in the tooth, and my tooth came clean out into my hand, and I pushed it back in, and it took again, but the whole root died. So this tooth is completely solid, doesn't have a root going into the middle of it, but somehow hasn't fallen out, which is mental. Now, there's something you didn't know about me, and something I'll probably never say on the stream again, because why would that come up? But yeah, one of my teeth is slightly discolored as a result. Yeah, if they, like, I don't want to keep you guys. This is good fun. I'm like, does anyone have hardware questions? Like, I have some time. It's like I've way more time to think about the answers when I'm on a stream like this, rather than when I'm driving. I kind of give the quick answer. Isn't the magnetic strip for the Zeus kit coming? Wheel rims and the magnetic... Yeah, that's effectively it. The DDU can attach to the center of the rim, yes. So that is... I think you're talking about the same thing. Hoping for the Simagic haptic pedals soon. So you're hoping for the haptic motors, is it? I would like to know what new Simagic stuff Simagic is announcing. I don't know. I don't know anything about what Simagic is announcing, and they're definitely not doing it at the Chicago Expo. Disconnect sound. Sheik, what's the crack? Welcome to the stream. Do you know if the FX Pro is ever going to work with other wheelbases? No, it's not, Carp. I would put money on it that it's not. Yeah, it's not. So, technically speaking, it can work with, like, if you have an Asetek base and you have the Asetek QR with the USB. Maybe. Oh no, I don't think the FX Pro actually. No, it doesn't work. No, definitely not. Forget I said that. It will definitely never work, Carp. Sorry. No, active. Oh, yeah. The active pedal. Yeah. Again, deprioritized as far as I know. It's not top of Simagic's priority list. Any other questions about hardware? Give me a shout, guys. Let's see what hardware I have lying around. I actually have some boxes. You guys can just see the edges of the boxes, but you're not supposed to see those. So good thing they're out of shot. Yeah, there's some stuff around that. Yeah, Conspit are absolutely killing it. By the Forte wheel or by all Simagic stuff. Yeah. The FX Pro is not worth. It's not a good enough reason to buy a Simagic base. What's your current base, Carp? If you're on a Trustmaster base, or if you're on something lower and you want higher power and Simagic is an option, you're on the Forte. Okay. If you're on the Forte, then you should definitely just get the Forte Formula Pro. Sell your FX Pro. Recoup some of the money. Jesus. Sheik, yes, I am looking forward to going to Chicago. And putting respect on their name. Lads, if you've got any memberships to renew, do it, because it's Chris, 40 months. Flea McBaggins, 64 months. Look at all these beautiful people. Team Boss Crew Chief and Pit Crew members. It doesn't say the amount of months on this, but yeah, the month counts are pretty high, as you can see on that one. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the Forte, if you have a Forte wheelbase, the Forte Formula Pro is really a no-brainer. It's so uncomplicated, and it's just an Invicta. Like, it really is. The materials are not as nice as the Invicta, but that really, to me, doesn't matter, because even the thumb rotaries, thumb encoders, the buttons are identical to the Invicta. So it's really only the casing, but even the handles are identical to the Invicta, right? So I would say definitely just go for the Forte Pro if you have a Forte wheelbase. Looking to upgrade from your CSL DD8. Oh yeah. That's a good upgrade. I would, if you're already on the 8 Newton meter CSL DD, the Simagic Evo is a very good upgrade. I would see if you can save a little more and just go straight for the Pro. That would be my recommendation. I just think 12 Newton meters, it may not be your forever wheel, whereas if you go for the Evo Pro, you'll never have to change. So that's kind of what my reasoning is. George Hughes, what's the crack? You run a GT Neo right now. GT Neo is... I said on my GT Neo video, if you have a GT Neo and you want to upgrade to other wheels, you can spend twice as much and potentially be disappointed. So if I was to give you a very quick comparison between the GT Neo and the Forte Formula Pro, I would say the GT Neo, if you have a Daniel Newman Racing profile, the GT Neo is actually nicer. Like the lights are nicer, the backlighting is nicer than the Formula Pro. I would say the grips, well, the grips on the Forte Pro aren't bad. They're actually quite nice as well. But I do like the GT Neo grips. Have you thought about getting a standalone DDU? Would that be an option for you? Currently on the Evo Pro with the GT Neo. Amazing. Is it worth waiting for the Simagic DDU or get a wheel with a screen? So, if I were you right now, knowing what I know, you've got an Evo Pro with a GT Neo. Knowing what I know now about Simagic and the way they did the FX Pro and that, I don't think Simagic has any intention to do a Sim Hub supporting DDU. I think it's going to be the same as the FX Pro, and that's just not great. The Simagic software is not great. It's not as nice as Sim Hub. It's not as flexible. It's not as maintained. It's fine. It's okay, but you're missing out if you don't have Sim Hub compatibility. So I would say get a standalone DDU. Standalone DDU, if you already have the Evo Pro and the GT Neo, get a standalone DDU, like something like, something nice, something tasty. Simcore does a nice one. Grid Engineering does a good one. Who else does? Who does a touch? Oh, the Solpec one. The Solpec one would be amazing. You just need a custom bracket. Oh, nice. Dunn gets the FP1 seat. Nice. I did not know that. That'll be brilliant. Does that kind of... I don't want to confuse you, Ash. If you really want a wheel with the screen, how much? It depends on your budget, Ash. There are a lot. Do you want a wire or no wire? If you don't mind a wire, you actually have a lot of options. What type of screen do you want? Because check out the Conspit 300 GT. That has it has a good screen. It's not SimHub compatible, as in it doesn't get it from SimHub. But a €55 8.8 HDMI touchscreen, nice. Look, that's a great shout. The only thing is that it's a HDMI screen, so it's a little bit more fiddly. You need both a HDMI and you need power for it. But it is a very, very affordable and good solution. Renovation, would you be able to post some photos of that and tell people that it's a €55 screen in my Discord? Exclamation mark Discord, guys. Can someone put it in the chat, please? Exclamation mark Discord. And then, yeah, if you go in there and there's a channel called Rig Pics, please put a little photo of it in there, because that's the type of thing that people love to see. Thought the wheels with the screens were better, but it sounds like you scored a great wheel with the GT Neo. Yes, it is a brilliant wheel. What I usually say to people about a wheel with a screen. Do I have any? Oh yeah, I've got this one here. A wheel with a screen like this. If you bring your friend to your sim for the first time, and if you say, "Look at my simulator," you're actually pointing at the steering wheel. You're not pointing at the pedals. You're not pointing at the screens. The steering wheel is the focal point for 9 out of 10 people. So having a screen on the wheel is super impressive looking. Now, having a dash, if you have, and let me just go to this screen here, because this might make it more clear to you guys. If you have, let's just take this off. Let's put a GT Neo on here. So if you have a GT Neo like this, and then you have, now I have my screens quite close. So let's just say, oh, my wheelbase is in the way. So let's say the screen is slightly further away. So like when having my hands on the wheel here, I can touch my screen. That's just the way I like my FOV, right? But if you had a dash here, a DDU, and your screens are, say, the same distance away behind that, it gives a nice depth effect to your cockpit. Having it on your screen, firstly, on your steering wheel, firstly, it would be lower. Your DDU is going to be higher. And that 8.8, that Renovation reminded me here, or that he mentioned, that one would be even bigger. Now that will cover a little bit of your screen. So at least when you remove your wheel with the screen, everything's gone. So it depends on how you use your rig. But I would highly recommend looking into standalone DDUs, because even while you're in a corner, you know, you're not reading that screen while you're in a corner anyway, and you'll have your rev gauges and everything. You can actually make it match the car that you're driving in. So I don't know. Glad we're talking hardware. You're basically deciding on parts. Well, be my guest. Ask as many questions as you like. We've got another little while here. Made with a Vocore screen. Nice. Excellent. Yeah, most sim hardware, like most steering wheels that have a screen in them, use Vocore. So Davey, yeah, shoot your questions. Where's the luggage? It's upstairs, Matty. It's upstairs. I do have some bits from this room that I need to bring as well. So what were a few of the DDUs that I mentioned? Okay, so displays that I mentioned: SimCore, Grid Engineering, Solpec, Soelpec. Cheaper ones include the what are cheaper DDUs? The SimRep does a cool one. That's not cheap, but that's a HDMI based solution as well. I am off on Thursday, Matty. So I am Thursday till Tuesday. So I'm not actually gone that long. So SimCore, Grid Engineering, the Solpec one is very nice. Very nice. That one I think is touchscreen. The Solpec one. So the other ones I don't think are. I don't know. You'd have to look that up. The most difficult thing about a standalone DDU is the bracket. If you have a 3D printer, and especially if you can design stuff, you'll have no problem. But do make sure that there is a bracket for your wheelbase. Quite close to pulling the trigger on a Simagic Evo Pro and GT Neo, probably SimLab pedals. Awesome Tomster. I mean, what a combo. That is a super combo. You like, that's pretty like one of the combos that I recommend to people. Tomster. Moza do one. They don't connect to SimHub. Yeah. The Moza ones are pretty naff. I'm not a fan of them. I have them. The last one, the what was it called? The CF. The latest one that they came out with that fits the smaller, the R12 and down. The screen technology is glorious. It's the highest resolution screen there is. Beautiful refresh rate. It is stunning. But having to use the Moza software with it, I told them, like, it wasn't reading half the stuff that I wanted it to read, and I told them I can't review it. Like, there's no way I could do a constructive review on it, because it's just like, I'd be so disappointed if I bought it. Too many questions. Looking at the Revo Sim bundle, but lost when it comes to rig. I don't want one like my son's with the post between your legs. Davey, it all depends on budget. Really all depends on budget. I would highly recommend SimLab, Track Racer, Advanced Sim Racing, and just buying the one you can afford. If money's no object, the P1X Pro by SimLab is just a joy to build. It's so much nicer to build than most profile rigs, but it's expensive. By the time you've got a seat and a monitor mount on there, that's a €1,500 rig. So Simagic should have a DDU sometime soon. Yeah, it did look good, and they said at the time that it will have SimHub compatibility, but I don't know. I wouldn't bank on that as a 2 in the name. Yeah, it's the CRP2, CRM2, CRP2 is the pedals. CM2, no. Oh, someone Google it. You don't get time to actually look at your screen. That's the old age. No, but I've said it to people that, you know, when if you're in a formula position, right? That steering wheel is much more, if you imagine my focal point is my eyes, and if you're in a formula position, your steering wheel's here. But for most of us, your steering wheel's way down here. So you are looking down at the steering wheel, which is not ideal. You're going too fast. Corsair just launched a 14.5 inch specified Sim Hub compatible and acts as a virtual stream deck. 14.5 inches, huge though. You don't need that. Like any dash that's bigger, and this is just my opinion, I know you have an 8.8 inch dash. Any dash that's bigger than 5 inch, I think is a waste. Sorry. That's just my experience. Yeah. That's just my experience. Simagic P2000 versus P1000. P2000 all the way. The clutch is better as well, farming life. I am currently, like, if you can hold that thought, I'm currently reviewing the Conspit CPP light pedals, and go look them up. They are P1000 pricing, but they pack a punch, huge punch, and they're actually hydraulic. So the Simagic ones, they're just load cell with a hydraulic kind of an interface between them. Does any of you with rig on caster wheels? Yes, 100%. I'm on caster wheels right now, so you can see there's definitely a little bit more movement. Hang on, let me. So I'm on caster wheels. You can see my screens are static, so you can see that there's, when I rock around, and like I'm 95 kilos. This is me moving it a bit. You can see everything moving a little bit in proportion to, or in relative to everything else. So it does introduce a little bit of that movement, but it's completely negligible, Tomster. What I would say is get the right caster wheels. So I would recommend caster wheels from SimLab. They won't break the bank. I would buy 2 sets for a rig, so I would have 8 wheels at the bottom of your of a rig, at least 6 anyway. I wouldn't just go with the 4. Check out Reaperware for DDUs and button boxes. Interesting. Okay. Bought a flag and a dash from them. Great shout, Lee. Great shout. What shifter is that there? This is the beast. This is the BDH. It's the H2SQ, and it's absolutely glorious. So we've got your 6-speed, you've got your reverse off to the side as well, but this is the party piece. I just turn this, now it's a sequential. And it's fantastic. Turn it again, back into H pattern. It's just, but I mean, don't look at the price tag. Don't look at the price tag. Old Man Geezer do DDU yet? I don't think he does. Yeah, the BDH shifter is just fantastic. SimLab has their own caster wheels. Yes, a set of 4 is about €30. Get carpet sliders cheaper than caster wheel. Okay, interesting. Really want one, but they're so damn expensive. Yeah. Like, honestly, hot take. There are other shifters that give a great shift experience. The MME shifter, from what little I know about it, I've never reviewed it, gives a great shifting experience. But honestly, if you want a good combo, the Simagic DS8X is like a third of the price. Well, it's less than half the price of a BDH, and it's actually easier to mount and stuff as well. It doesn't give the same kind of experience, but it's still pretty good. 12 sets of dual caster wheels on a frame. Alley rig is on top of all that. Jeez, yeah. Rocks with the FFB. It's not wobble, it's immersion. yeah. He needs to get out of his Zimmer and do one. Hello from Chicago, Stefania. What is the crack? You're already there. That is one on your list, yes. I would say with the DDU, I needed to design a new mount. Yes. Oh, you have the Moses stalks. Oh, interesting. Gibbs, man, please post a photo in the rig pics in the channel. Please show us a photo of that in the Discord. ! Discord. Okay, you already live there. Okay, fair enough. I thought you were traveling for the expo. Will you be at the expo this weekend, Stefania? I must look up Reaperware. What do you think of having to pull up the collar to get into reverse? Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it, to be honest. Like, that's my biggest gripe with this. So that's first gear, and putting it, now my elbow's a bit sore. Putting it into reverse, you just have to push it. There's no collar to lift up. You just push it slightly further, but it's not great. I think it could be better on the BDH. You'll send another. Okay, yeah, maybe you did, but do send another. People will be interested. ! Discord. Has someone put ! Discord in the for the Simagic? It's fine. It's nice and light with the Simagic. I'm gonna put ! Discord in the chat here, and you guys can join the Discord if you fancy. Yes, oh, you will. Nice one. Are you in the Discord, Stefania? You should. So there's going to be a group from our community. We're going to be communicating about, you know, our nights out and stuff, where we're going and all that kind of stuff. So if you're looking for a social group, unless you're there with a community, by all means, hang out with your community or have your community. Oh, nice, with the GR86. Excellent. So some of the guys, they're driving up in a nice Mustang. There's a Miata coming. Social. If you were there, Sheik, then we definitely couldn't wait then. There'd be no waiting done. We're near the top of the hour here, guys. I am gonna go and watch TV, do some packing, and spend some time with my wife because I'm abandoning her for a couple of days. Is there a DDU that works with the Alpha Evo Pro? Don't know how much the Simagic ones will be. There's none that works with the Evo bases that just connects magnetically to it. There are none of those Farming Life. You would have to get something standalone. Cheers, Januska. Yeah, hop into the Discord. There's a channel in the Discord, Stefania. She'll survive. With 2 young kids, though, it's a lot of it's a lot of work. You've forgotten that phase, Sheik. Jamie Russell, what's the crack? Using the Simagic Alpha Mini, looking for suggestions on a wheel. No brainer. GT Neo. GT Neo is fantastic. Button box or Stream Deck. Button box. Well, the best bang for buck is a USB numpad. If you have a standalone USB numpad, you can pick them up for like €10 on Amazon, and that's a great button box. Just stick stickers over the keys, and that's the cheapest button box you'll ever get. And it looks, they tend to look decent as well. Otherwise, check out Geezer 3D. Howdy from Edinburgh. Haha, major FOMO. Nice one, Gav. Cheers, Pingu. Good news, received the SimLab newsletter. Yes. So it's a pre-launch look. We already had a pre-launch look at the Dortmund Expo. And also actually at the Maastricht Expo in the Netherlands this year. So we've already seen it a couple of times. I'm very curious to see how much further they've gotten with it. See you for the expo. Wish you could go. Hope Logitech announces that base that got leaked. Yeah, Logitech won't be in Chicago, but I'm sure they're going to be in Dortmund. Ideal, thanks for that. GT Neo, honestly, it is a no-brainer. If you want the fancy, if you want SimHub connectivity, which gives like a lot of fancy lighting profile. Hang on, let me just enable it here. Oh, it is enabled. Why is my okay, searching device. That's interesting. I don't know why that's not. Oh, is my wheelbase? No, my wheelbase is on. It's strange that my PC right now isn't finding my my GT Neo. But if it was, SimHub would be controlling these lights. That's very odd. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's a base firmware thing. I would almost bet if I go into SimPro Manager. Refined to perfection. On the verge of launch. Simagic won't be in Chicago. They will be in Dortmund. Yes. Where's my... Did I not just start that? SimPro Manager. Disconnect sound. Alright, now it's starting up. I wouldn't be surprised if I need a firmware update for the wheel or something. Devices. Oh, I'd say that I think it might be time, because I haven't done this in a while. And you guys, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the tape hack. Look at that. Look at that mess of wires. See this little piece of tape? I wouldn't be surprised if that's my issue here. Let's take that off and see if it connects this time. Still not connecting. Oh yes, there we go. Now it's found it. So now, when we go to SimHub, it's still searching for the device. That is interesting. Very interesting. I don't know. A problem for another day, perhaps? The tape was for, it's to trick... do I have both my cables plugged in? Yes, I do. It's to basically trick the wheelbase into going into a certain mode. Try again. See if it connects this time. Computer says no. Yeah, the tape was to force it to connect to SimHub without the cable. But it seems like it's not being detected anymore at all. So, interesting. I'll get rid of the tape anyway. That's a problem for another day. So it will connect now. Is there a button alias? Yeah, I just find it interesting that this is still searching for the device. My SimHub isn't finding it. Anyway, not important for now. When is Dortmund? It is the 17th to the 19th, I believe. What brands will be in Chicago? We've got Simucube, SimLab, Housingfeld, Asher, GSI. Who else? Got a lot of brands. A lot of brands in Chicago. So yeah, it's going to be a good one. And if any of you fancy one of these cups, guys, exclamation mark merch for the Potato Nation cup. That's interesting now that that's going to bug me. The GT Neo not connecting to SimHub. Anyway. Alright guys, I think I'm going to leave it at that. One last hardware question. Did I explain properly what the tape was for? Answers on a postcard. If I don't know if I actually explained that properly. You shall be cursed thinking about it all weekend. Yeah. Any final hardware questions? Alright. I think I'll leave it at that. So guys, I will give a quick shout out to my beautiful sponsors. SimStaff, GG Machines, Sim Department, and Coach Dave Academy. SimStaff are going to be at the Expo in Chicago. Sim Department are going to be at the Expo in Chicago. GG Machines are stuck on the island here still. And Coach Dave Academy, I don't think... Or maybe Steve is... I'm not sure who's going. I'm not sure who's going from... if anyone's going from Coach Dave Academy. But SimStaff, if anybody fancies doing some sim racing related work in your spare time, check out simstaff.net. Exclamation mark SimStaff in the chat gets you the link. You can register with them. There's no obligation or whatever. But if you're registered with them and if you have the skills that they need, that means they can accept jobs in your area, and you could be the person who helps people set up their rigs, who does like a shopping center event or something like that. And it's great. It's great extra money. It really is. It's a lovely, just one-off contract type of thing, and you can do it as often as you want. There's no obligation. GD Machines, PC builders in Ireland. Sim Department, they do the kiosk software that allows people to use the rig that I have at work without any keyboard or mouse interaction, and it knows their name and all that. It's like an online registration form with the phone, and they have a QR that they can scan anytime they want to race, and it lets them race for a set amount of time. It's fantastic. And Coach Dave Academy, for driving tuition, their Delta app allows you to compare your laps to pros from all over the world. So that is the crack. I am going to leave you with let's go for an end of the stream tune, maybe. What was that first tune? That was really good. Let's play a random tune. Something with a bit of a bang off it. Here we go. Let's just go for this one. End of the stream. Not much happened on the stream. Had some renewals. Surprised though. Oh yeah, it's Chris. I think that was the only renewal. That was it. Thanks everyone for watching. I will hopefully see some people in Chicago. I appreciate your time, and that was actually pretty fun. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sticking around. And I will see you guys. It's going to be maybe today week. I honestly just don't think so. I'll just be back from Chicago. So it could be Thursday week. There will be no stream on Thursday. Just so you know. But hang out in the Discord. Keep an eye on my socials. Follow me on Instagram, guys. You're on Discord. Nice. Excellent, Stefania. Cheers. If follow me on Instagram, guys. Check out my I think exclamation mark links should do it. Links, is that my affiliate links, or is that my... Oh yeah, that's just my affiliate links. I don't know what the... Yeah, I don't know what the actual link is for my I'll post my Instagram there. There we go. Go check out my Instagram. There are going to be lots of stories and stuff on there. Yeah, keep an eye on that. For now, I will chat to you later. Thanks. Go check out my latest video as well on the Leo XZ steering wheel. That's a pretty good one. Chat to you later, guys. Good luck.
Cambiar una situación.